Welcome, fellow survivor, to Miniocalypse. Today, Games Workshop, Warhammer, Age of Sigmar, 30-minute speed paint, and collaboration. I'm not wasting any time here. Let's get to painting. Okay, one mini, we chose Stormcast Eternal's Sequitur. Check them out. We've got one broken phone with a 30-minute timer on it. And this is the guy we'll be painting. I didn't glue him together, he was a push-fit model. So I'm gonna pop him apart a little bit, make things a little easier hopefully. Off with the shield, off with the mini. All we have left is the base. Boom. For the base we used Mournfang Brown, Apothecary White Contrast, Nuln Oil A Shade, and Contrast Black Templar, all from the Citadel color range by GW. So I'm going to start with the Black Templar. Boom, and here we go. We're just going to pin wash some of the lines and get those recesses, the shadows in there. This collaboration was organized by Earh0x Minis with Ninetale Hobbies, brand new YouTuber, Conquest Creations, awesome creative guy, PinkPulsePainting, some amazing stuff on that channel, Phil's Minis, another guy just started out, real good stuff, Origin Painting, another killer YouTube channel. You can find all their links in the description below, and I would really appreciate it if you checked them out and checked out this collab. So as you can see here, we went back with the Mournfang Brown after the black, and we started doing up the little leaves, the dried up leaves on the ground. Just hit them with some Mournfang, and we moved on. Now, we grabbed some Mephiston Red. It was already on the palette, so I just gave it a few drops on the browns. And now we're going to give the whole base a coat of the Apothecary White Contrast. Just getting it on there. None of the paints are dried, everything's kind of mixing together, but it's fine. I think the base will turn out. Here we are adding some Mournfang Brown into the wet Apothecary and just feathering that out. Now back in with a little bit of the Mournfang. And on to the main deal, the model and a shield. Okay. For this we used Black Templar Contrast, Shade, Seraphim Sepia, Mephiston Red, Balthasar Gold, and here we go. We're just gonna pop him back on the base so he's firmly attached to the stand. Grab our brush, and here we go. As we fiddle around with the gold, look at that. Crack that open. Load up the brush. And right out the pot, we're going straight in. We're going to base coat all of the armor in this Balthasar Gold. I should note that I'm trying to be slightly careful here and keeping the gold on only the bits that are armor. But as you can see, it's a 30-minute speed paint, so we're not being as effective as I normally would be. We're just getting the paint on there. Onto the shield. Shield gets the same business. We hit it up with that gold. Get a nice, decent base coat on there. We're not worrying about the coverage or anything. Hopefully in the end it will all help play to the look. Oh no, well, got that fixed. Here we are, just flying through the rest of the gold. At this point, I'd like to mention that we are doing some new things. We're working on some adjustments, getting the channel back up and going. I finally received a new PC, or purchased a new PC. So now I'm back to editing and getting things going. You can find my content, as always, will be here on YouTube, as well as some live streaming over on Twitch. I'd like to mention that I am also now an affiliate with No Name Nerds. Check out No Name Nerds. They are a clothing or gaming company that makes jerseys, game jerseys for your gaming channels, your gaming streams, and your gaming teams, and just all around in full support of anybody out there who is a nerd. Some people might not like that term, but we're using it today. As you can see, I've moved on to the Mephiston Red, and what I'm doing here is just giving a base coat on the first piece of cloth. As you can tell, he's looks to appear to be wearing two separate pieces of cloth. So the first and foremost we are doing with red, so that way it adds a little pop to the center of the model. At least this is my idea at this point. I will be honest, I just grabbed some colors, had no plan. You can see there I had to dab off some of the red paint and repaint a part gold, because it was armor, not cloth, so we got that fixed. Here for the emblems on the shield and on his armor, we did our best to pop them out with the Mephiston Red. Here you can see I'm being fairly diligent at getting the shield so it doesn't look all super messed up. It's one of the portions you'll notice right away. We got that. And we progressed on to the Black Templar contrast paint. I've been experimenting with these contrast paints in multiple different ways, and I'm finding that I really enjoy having them in my arsenal of paint supplies. If you haven't tried the contrast paints, give them a go. They're a little pricey, but they do some magical stuff. So here we are, just gonna fly through painting the black. We got the black cloth, we got red cloth. Should be some decent contrast. Both go well with gold. I think I'm onto something here. And look at there. 15 minutes to go. We're coming back in. We're touching up some of the bits of gold that we missed, some of the gray that's showing. Trying to get a drop of gold on all the studs. Just going in, doing my best to get a few details to show through. Then I grabbed up the Mornfane Brown. We painted the handle. Whoa. Always remember, close your paint pots, don't paint above them. You'll trash that in no time. I grabbed up some Rackhearth flesh. It was sitting next to me. I used that to mix in with the red to get it a little bit brighter. And now we're placing some simple highlights where I would think that they go. Using the edge of my brush to hit the edges of the highlights. Alright, now that the highlights are done, we grabbed up some watered down Mephiston Red. This is fairly watered down. We're just going over the dark areas of the cloth to punch that red color in. All of the wrinkles should appear to be a little bit of a darker red than the highlights by the time we're done with this. That was the goal. Now we're attacking it with some touch-ups, touching up the gold. Oh yeah, top of that hammer. Back in with the thinned down red to once again touch up the reds, and this is going to help feather in the transition from the highlight to the shadow. Rakarth flesh again on the belt. And we also took the Rakarth flesh and highlighted some of the gold with it. Boom. Got some highlights in there. 8 minutes left. Oh man. Now we grabbed up the sepia wash, and I'm going to coat the whole model in this. Head to toe, a nice thick layer of the wash. And at this point I realized that I should have washed out my brush, because now I permanently have gold paint mixed in with my wash. So I'll be looking into getting a new container of that. Here we are, trying to get them to dry. That's not working. There's only 4 minutes left. This is where we're at. So we moved right back on. We grabbed our Nuln Oil, coated the whole base in the Nuln Oil, came over to the palette, grabbed some Mornfang with the Nuln Oil, and gave it a quick brush around the rim. And now we're using the Nuln Oil just to drop it in the very darkest of the shadows, the parts that I felt needed accentuated. So now that we have that going on, we're going to try to do some final touches here. One more time in with the red, just touching up the highlights, making sure those pop when they're dry. We'll see what happens. At this point the whole model is wet, and we're essentially just wet blending everything. Picked up the shield, gave it the same treatment as the armor got. Just a thick coat of the sepia wash. Got that on it. Tried to clean up some of the pooling, get it how I wanted. Then back in with the Nuln Oil, and once again just trying to drop it in the areas where I wanted it to accent whatever piece of armor I was showing. And 15 seconds left. Let's get this shield attached. Oh, well, now we have like 10 seconds left. Let's get this shield attached. Can we do it? Come on. Oh, just in time. Time is up. 30 minutes speed paint. There it is, folks. Let's have a look. Fresh and wet. Right off the desk. Not too bad. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, comment. All those things really help boost the channel. Alright, so thanks for checking out this video. 30-minute speed paint. Pretty crazy. I think I got it done. It don't look too bad for 30 minutes. Let me know what you think, down in the comments. Type up something. Give me a shout. I'd like to thank all of my subscribers, all of my fans across all my social media platforms, everyone supporting me. And huge thanks to my Patreons. My first supporter, Jeff C. You've been there since day one, as always. Good dude. My top supporter, On Lee. Again, another amazing person. Supports me, and I couldn't thank them enough. But thank you. Also, I would like to thank everyone for sticking around through this slump. We do have a new PC on the way. We will be able to get back fully in the YouTube game, get some painting, get some editing, and get content rolling out. As I said in some previous videos, I have also started live streaming on Twitch, so you can check me out there to see some more up close and personal painting and conversation. It's a great place to paint, chill, hang out. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this. And don't forget, fight the Great War. Paint them minis.